What is up, everybody? Welcome back to another video, and today I'm very excited because I'm doing my first microphone review, and I've never done one of these before, but hey, this is the power of putting yourself out there and being on socials and doing all that stuff because, over the years, I've had requests for library reviews, things like that, and while that's awesome and, uh, I've been doing that for a little bit now, I've never actually received a request for doing a microphone review, and you can actually see this is what I'm using at the moment. This is what the microphone is right here. Okay, I'm gonna talk a little bit more about it. But basically, this is the FiFine. I think it's FiFine. FiFine? Not exactly sure, but it's the FiFine K683A microphone, and it's a USB condenser microphone. So condensers are usually the ones that we use as musicians, maybe as singers, to get like the most detail and the most warmth in the voice. Contrast that with the dynamic microphone, which we will use more like in a live performance or in areas that are potentially a little bit more noisy, things like that. So before we really get too in depth, I want to show you a little bit of a product overview of the microphone itself, see what it comes with and all that stuff. I'm not going to get too technical because I don't really know what a lot of the specifications mean. I'm just going to show you, what they show us on the product page. So as we can see here, it is $56.99 USD. So it really does fit in the budget-friendly area for the microphone market in general, because microphones can usually go from around $50 to $3,000-$4,000 depending on how high you're getting and what type of quality you're going for. So I actually didn't know of this company before this, but they sent me an email and asked me if I wanted to check it out. And seeing as it was a budget-friendly microphone, and it's also a USB microphone, meaning it's very easy to actually attach it to your computer, or as long as you have ports, then I definitely was very interested. So you can see here, it comes with not only the the typical USB port, but it also has the USB-C, I think that's what it's called, the smaller jack there, because the newer MacBook Pros, they don't have the typical USB ports here. USB-A, I think it's called. So anyway, let's take a look here and see what it comes with. So it is a condenser microphone. It has a cardioid pattern, so like a heart shape. The frequency response is from 50 hertz, so basically as low as human hearing gets, which is about 20 hertz, all the way up to 17,000 hertz, so quite a high frequency response there as well. Then all this stuff here, I don't really know what it means. I mean, I know dynamic range, 75 decibels, that's really wide, and I've played around with the dynamic range on the microphone itself. I'll show you a little bit what that means in a little bit. And then the output connection, it says USB 2.0, and it's supplied by a 5-volt USB power. Okay, so it's you just directly connect the USB to your computer and it turns on, it just powers on. So let's get into a little bit of, what I got in the package, do a little bit of an unboxing, and then I'll show you how I put it together. And then we'll talk about, we'll experiment a little bit with the sound quality and all of that. Okay, so let's go. So as you can see with the box, when you open it up, you get a nice foam case, but you also get a separate box containing all of the different wires, which I'll show you in a second. Here you can see we have the actual foam casing with the actual microphone head in it, which is really nice. And this is what it looks like. So it's very simple. It has a headphone jack at the back that you can actually put your headphones in. And at the front, you have this little, this thing that sticks out, so you can actually screw it into the tripod that comes with it, which is really nice. So now we'll actually take a look at the wires that come with it, everything that comes inside. As you can see, there's also a pop filter in the box, so we'll take that out. And now we have our microphone stand, we have our connection cable, our pop filter, and our microphone, just like that. A very simple setup. So here you can see me actually trying to set this up. I'm just putting on the booms. I think it's called a boom stand, but or just a basic tripod holder. But I'm just trying to tie these in, make it nice and tight. It took me a couple tries, but I finally found like a good angle to get it screwed in. Okay, so this is what the microphone looks like. So you can see at the very front, we have a control for affecting the gain, which is quite a wide range, by the way. Then on the side and on the bottom, you actually have these these things you can turn to basically tighten or loosen the microphone so it doesn't fall off, which is, of course, very handy to have. I really like that it all comes within one package. You really don't need much else for that. Then here is the pop filter, and you can see at the very back, it comes with like a rubber band, if you will, which is very stretchy, and you can fit that on top of the microphone. So here you can see me actually trying to fit it on top. It took me a couple tries, but I just wanted to make sure it actually works properly. So you can see here I'm trying to pull it down, and I slide down the pop filter just about now. There we go. And you can see that is what that looks like. So it's very compact, it's all black, and it works great. In terms of the weight itself, it actually felt pretty heavy for its size. Like, it looks kind of light, but it does have some weight to it. Here we have the actual cords themselves. Just taking off that one wrapping cord right there, that Velcro. All right, so after unwrapping this, now we have the 2 ports. So we have the one that connects into the microphone itself and a USB connection into the laptop directly, or the MacBook or iMac, whatever you're using. Okay, so you can see here now I'm plugging it into the bottom. That one's finished, and now we move to the computer to actually plug the thing in. So take off the cap, turn my iMac around, plug it into the back of the computer, and instantly you see the green light on the microphone turns on, and that is as easy as the setup gets. All right, so let's talk about first impressions and tone quality. So comparing this mic to my Blueberry, which is $1,000 microphone, I use that to record vocals and things like that for songs, But this microphone, being in the $50-$60 range, is very, very affordable, and the tone quality is surprisingly good for its price range. Of course, it's not going to match the $1,000 microphone, right? But when I plugged it in and had a listen, at first I was thinking, okay, it sounds a little muffled, doesn't really sound quite like the Blueberry, but then I realized, of course, this is like a budget microphone. You can't expect the same type of build and quality. However, with a little bit of processing, it took the sound up to the next level, and I would apply that same processing to basically all my podcast or video needs, and I'm going to be using this microphone in the future for that. So let's just jump into a little bit of sound testing, kind of before and after processing, and you'll kind of see the difference. All right, this is the microphone without any processing. You can hear the tone of it. This is basically what the microphone sounds like. Here are the S's, here are the plosives, the P's, the B's, all of that. You'll notice it kind of picks up a little bit of low end, more than you would expect, just because the stand itself is so connected to every little movement that I make on the desk that it's just going to pick up that low frequency response. By the way, at this moment, I'm about a foot away from the microphone in terms of my mouth to the microphone itself. You can see this is kind of the distance. If I move in a little closer, this is what it sounds like. A little closer, this is about 6 inches away, 5 inches, 4 inches, 3 inches. Okay, moving back a little bit, back a little further, back a little further. And now I'm sitting at a comfortable distance away from the microphone. This is probably as far as I would go to actually record the vocals in. All right, and this is what the microphone sounds like with processing. So if I just jump into my signal chain here, I'll quickly show you. I'm throwing on some EQ to take out that low end rumble, taking out some of the mid-range here just to get it a little bit more clean. And then I'm boosting a bit of the highs just so you can hear a little more of the high frequencies in the voice, right? Then a little bit of compression. So I'm basically doing quite a bit of reduction here. I'm smoothing it out, and I'm making it a little louder by not pulling down the gain so much on the makeup gain, right? Then I'm using the NS1 to basically lower any room noise, suppress any room noise, remove any of that. We also have the de-esser from Waves, cuts off the S's, makes them a little bit more soft, and finally some voice-centric from Waves as well. You can dial that in. I've dialed it up to about halfway, applies a little bit of EQ compression to really shine it up a little bit further. And that's basically the whole idea. So, I'm pleasantly surprised. With a little bit of processing, it took me about a minute to do. It gets me to about the same quality as the Blueberry, the microphone that I've been using for the past few years to make these YouTube videos. And I'm pleasantly surprised by it, and it's doing a great job so far. All right, so just as a quick recap, this microphone is available for $56.99 US on their website. It's a USB microphone, makes it really, really easy to plug in. I like the tone quality for its purpose. I can definitely use this in the future for my podcasting, and if I do a podcast, and YouTube videos and all that stuff. And it's just really convenient as well, because before I actually had to put the Blueberry microphone up on the big tripod stand, hook it over to my mouth and kind of do that. And at first I was kind of worried that this microphone, I wouldn't be able to sit comfortably enough to actually reach it. But you can see like this about a foot away, right, from my mouth to the microphone. you can still hear relatively clearly. And right now I have the gain set to about 25 degrees. So it goes from about here to there, and right now I have it set to about there. So it's kind of like 25 degrees in a way. Any more than that, it starts to get really sensitive, and it can start clicking and popping really easily. So I just found that this was the appropriate level for my speaking voice at this time. And that's basically it. So thank you so much for watching. I hope this video was helpful in some way. If you're interested in getting this microphone or checking out sound quality, I hope that gave you a bit of an impression. Again, refer back to the non-processed and now the processed version of the vocal, so really hear the difference. But yeah, it lends itself very well to processing because the actual sound quality of the microphone itself is quite decent to start out with. So that's what really matters, and processing can be applied afterwards. So that's the whole point. Anyway, thank you so very much for watching, and I really do appreciate it. If you want to check out the guys at FiFine, or is it FiFine? I've heard someone call them FiFine actually, like two fines. Then give it a check out. I put the link to the microphone in the description box below, so you can definitely check that out. If you're looking for a budget microphone, I can definitely recommend this one, assuming you have USB ports. Okay, so anyway, thank you so much for watching. I'll catch you in the next video, and take care, everybody. Bye bye.